Take a moment and consider everything around you, all the products and services that are important to you, playing a role in your life. Now, imagine a world where all these products and services know about you, your likes, your dislikes, and more, and each of them are cooperating and working on your behalf. That's a big vision, a promise we've heard before from many others, but through a personal event network, it is a reality. You see, a personal event network transforms everything around you, letting them do more. Making everything social, a personal event network gets all the products and services around you connected. I'm not saying that everything will just be tweeting. Everything is working together to get things done, communicating, collaborating, and cooperating. Let me show you. Scott is a sales guy, and before he got his personal event network, he used to spend way too much time arranging his travel and tracking his expenses. But now, things are different. Scott thinks more about the deal he is closing and less about wading through endless flight options and tracking lots of little receipts. Scott just scheduled a face-to-face meeting with a new client in San Francisco and enters it into his Google Calendar. Since his calendar is part of his personal event network, the calendar raises a new appointment in San Francisco event. This event is responded to by Trippies, an app Scott has added to his network. The event from the calendar had all of the details, so Trippies set to work finding some flights that would get Scott to San Francisco. Trippies knows his favorite airlines and puts some carefully selected flight options into Scott's calendar. Scott chooses the flights he prefers, and Trippies books the flights and puts the confirmation details back into the appointment. Trippies then automatically books a car at his favorite agency and a room at a hotel he has stayed at many times in San Francisco. These reservations are similar to ones that he's made before, so Trippies simply makes the reservation and passes the details along into his calendar. Had the prices for the car or hotel been significantly higher than previous, Trippies would have presented him with alternative options and let him decide. Another frustration for Scott during business travel is the expense report. Well, Expensify and Trippies take care of that too. When the flight to San Francisco is booked, Trippies raises the flight purchased event. Expensify grabs this event, creates a new expense report for the trip, and adds the purchase details for the flight. Now this expense report is queued up and ready to track all of his expenses when he leaves. Fast forward to his arrival in San Francisco. As he walks off the plane, his phone raises a new location event, signaling that he is at SFO. The car rental agency grabs that event and prepares the paperwork and car for Scott. He then receives a text message with the parking stall number for the car that has been assigned to him. As he makes his way over to the rental car center, the car that has been assigned becomes a part of his personal network and downloads his radio presets and itinerary. The GPS then calculates his routes from his itinerary. After Scott's appointment, he gets in his car and heads towards the hotel. As he approaches, the GPS in the car raises a near destination event. The hotel responds by preparing Scott's room and a parking pass. As he walks up to the front counter, the staff greets him by name and hands him his room keys. When Scott returns home, Trippies signals an end trip event. Expensify sees this event and compiles an expense report for the trip, emailing it to Scott for review. These are just a few of the highlights for how Scott's personal event network changed the way he did business on the road. There are countless ways in which your own personal event network will change your life. Each product you make social and connect to your network will provide you with even more value across the entire personal event network. Go to personaleventnetwork.com and reserve your own network today.